Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to another review here. Got a little throwback one, but for those who are new, how you doing? I like to make these little videos about things that I enjoy and want to share, usually film, usually horror or 80s, but not exclusively. But while you're here, be sure to stick around to the end, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing and hitting that little bell icon to get notifications when I put up new content, which is once or twice a week, though occasionally I work in a third. Check out my back catalog, and be sure to share both this channel and this video around, as it really does help out a lot. Now, as I said, usually film, usually horror or 80s. This one is 80s, as I revisited a lesser-known film known as Two of a Kind from 1983. So, why did I revisit this one in particular? Well, I'd planned to revisit this one for a while, ever since I started revisiting some 80s films from my channel. But seeing as Olivia Newton John has just passed away about a week ago now, it really got me in the mood to kind of revisit this one, see one of her works that's not the usual Grease or Xanadu revisit. So anyways, this one stars Olivia Newton John and John Travolta as well, and the synopsis is as follows. When God decides to destroy Earth, 4 angels aim to redeem mankind through a young man and woman with their own troubles. So, you know, that little synopsis isn't really enough to get me too interested in it, but let's be honest, the real reason to be interested is to see this reunion of John Travolta and Olivia Newton John, and you know, plus we also get some of Olivia Newton John's music within the film, including one song of hers titled Twist of Fate, which is one of my favorites, and you can actually hear it in the background of the snowball scene in Season 2 of Stranger Things. So there are other actors that you may recognize as well, such as Gene Hackman, though you only hear his voice because he's kind of like the voice of God. And some more notable ones would be Scatman Crothers, who was famous for many things, but most notably for The Shining and doing a lot of voices in the Hanna-Barbera cartoons that I saw growing up. We also have Charles Durning, who I remember from The Man with the One Red Shoe, a older Tom Hanks movie. It had Tom Hanks, Carrie Fisher, and James Belushi in it. And we also have Ernie Hudson of Ghostbusters fame, just 1 year before Ghostbusters came out. Another one here also, which is more relevant to me now, is Oliver Reed, who was in a few of those Hammer films that I'd done reviews for earlier this year. And one final one is Kathy Bates. Technically, she's listed in the credits, so you only see her from behind and you only hear, you know, one little bit of dialogue from her, so a very early role of hers. But anyways, a bit more about this. Basically, John Travolta's character is a kind of down-on-his-luck inventor who owes money to a loan shark, so he decides to rob a bank. And that's where our main character, played by Olivia Newton John, works, as she's an actress who's kind of out of work and working at this bank as a way to get by. So things go south during this robbery, but later on the two of them end up reconnecting for reasons that'll be made clear in the film without going into any spoilers there. And things kind of shift more towards this being like a love story, you know, as they're getting to know each other. And this is important because of a deal that those angels had made with God. So as the synopsis says, God wants to scrap the whole thing, meaning Earth. He wants to start all over, maybe move Hawaii a little bit closer to the mainland. But just start all over. He feels like humanity hasn't lived up to its potential and is kind of rotten. But these angels make a deal that, you know, they want to prove that Earth is worth saving. So the deal is, you know, our two main characters, they need to basically make a sacrifice for each other, something selfless and caring, forsaking themselves on behalf of the other person. But they only have 48 hours to pull it off. So these angels can't directly interfere too much. They can kind of guide a little bit, but they can't just outright do something to make that happen. Along with that happening, we have this devil kind of character played by Oliver Reed, who's out to just ruin the whole deal. And so that story kind of shifts into this romantic comedy kind of side as they're getting to know each other, avoiding these loan sharks or the loan sharks' henchmen, and the law, seeing as, you know, there's a bank robbery involved and they're still out to get John Travolta's character. But, you know, ultimately what this film is fun. You know, it's very light. It's absolutely not perfect or a must-see in any way, but it's simply a nostalgic film from the early 80s to just, you know, check it out. And so if you're in the mood for some throwback and want to check out some Olivia Newton John that isn't Grease or Xanadu, just something that maybe you haven't seen before, this one might be right up your alley and worth checking out. Speaking of checking out, thanks for checking out this very short video of mine, and you know, admittedly it is a quick one, but I wanted to just get something out there, you know, because I want to get another one of the 80s throwbacks in here. I don't think I've done one since maybe One Crazy Summer, which was about a month and a half ago. Anyways, thanks for sticking around to the end and checking out this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff, and I will see you in the next one.